Every single day, you get 86,400 seconds. So does the top student in your class. So does everyone. The difference between feeling constantly behind and feeling in control isn't about intelligence, motivation, or even how hard you work. It's about how you use those seconds. For a student, time is the most limited and valuable resource you have. When you lose control of it, everything starts to feel overwhelming. Deadlines creep up, stress builds, and panic sets in. You find yourself pulling all-nighters, feeling exhausted, and still not getting the results you want. The biggest lie we tell ourselves is, I don't have enough time. But is that really true? Or are we just mismanaging the time we have? Think about it. Have you ever had a day where you felt incredibly busy, rushing from one thing to the next? But at the end of it, you couldn't point to any real progress you made. That's the trap of fake productivity. It's when you mistake being busy for being effective. You might spend hours organizing your notes, rewriting your to-do list a dozen times, or passively watching lecture videos without truly engaging. You feel like you're working, but you're not actually moving forward on what matters most. This illusion of productivity keeps you stuck in a cycle of stress and inefficiency. You're spinning your wheels, burning energy, but not getting any closer to your destination. So, what do the most successful students do differently? It's surprisingly simple. They don't try to do everything at once. Instead, they focus on one clear priority per day. They understand that trying to juggle 10 different tasks just leads to scattered attention and mediocre results. By identifying the single most important thing they need to accomplish, they bring clarity to their day. This clarity is powerful, cuts through the feeling of overwhelm, and reduces the mental resistance that often leads to procrastination. When you know exactly what you need to do, it's much easier to start. This is a crucial point. Clarity beats motivation every time. You can't always count on feeling motivated, but you can always create a clear plan. Choosing your priorities means accepting trade-offs. Can't be at a social event, finish a major paper, and study for a midterm all at the same time. Trying to do it all is a recipe for burnout. The key is to consciously decide what deserves your focus right now and what can wait. This isn't about sacrifice in a negative sense. It's about strategic allocation of your most precious resource, your attention. This brings us to the core of the issue. Time management isn't really about managing the clock. It's about managing your attention. You can schedule your entire day down to the minute, but if your focus is constantly being broken, that schedule is useless. Every time you get distracted, whether it's a notification on your phone, a new email, or just a wandering thought, you fragment your focus. It takes time and mental energy to get back on track, and this constant switching makes your work less effective. Your phone is a primary culprit here. It doesn't just steal your time, it steals your ability to concentrate. The constant stream of information and alerts trains your brain to crave distraction, making deep, focused work feel almost impossible. True productivity happens in uninterrupted blocks of time where you can fully immerse yourself in a task. To achieve this, you need to create an environment that protects your attention. This might mean putting your phone in another room, using an app to block distracting websites, or simply telling your friends and family that you'll be unavailable for a set period. Managing your attention is the foundation upon which all effective time management is built. Now, let's talk about building a system that works. The first rule is that your plan must be realistic, not perfect. Many students fall into the trap of creating an idealistic schedule that they can't possibly stick to. They map out every hour of their day with back-to-back study sessions, leaving no room for breaks, meals, or unexpected interruptions. When they inevitably fall off this perfect schedule, they feel like a failure and give up entirely. A better approach is to build a flexible system that accounts for the realities of life. Don't plan to study for 8 hours straight. Instead, plan for shorter, focused sessions with breaks in between. This is far more sustainable and, ultimately, more productive. A key part of this realistic system is giving every study session a clear finish line. One of the main reasons we procrastinate or get distracted is that tasks feel endless. If you sit down to study for chemistry, the goal is vague and intimidating. How do you know when you're done? Instead, define a specific, achievable win condition before you even start. For example, your goal could be complete 20 practice problems or write the first 500 words of my essay. This creates a clear target to aim for. You know exactly what success looks like for that session. When you have a defined win condition, your brain can focus completely on reaching that goal. You're no longer working with an open-ended, daunting task. You're on a mission with a clear objective. This approach transforms your work from a chore into a challenge. It makes it easier to resist distractions because you have a tangible endpoint in sight. Working in focused sprints with a clear finish line is one of the most powerful ways to improve your efficiency and reduce the stress associated with studying. Find that you can get more done in a 60-minute focused session with a clear goal than in 3 hours of half-distracted, aimless work. So, let's bring it all together. Effective time management isn't a secret skill that only a few people have. It's about managing your priorities and protecting your attention. Stop telling yourself you don't have enough time. Start by asking what you're doing with the time you have. Ditch the illusion of fake productivity and focus on making real progress. Each day, identify your single most important task. That clarity will guide your actions and eliminate overwhelm. Create a realistic plan with clear win conditions for each study session. Know what you need to accomplish before you begin, and you'll find it much easier to stay focused. Protect your attention as if it's your most valuable asset, because it is. By shifting your mindset from managing time to managing priorities, you can finally stop feeling behind and start taking control of your academic life. It all starts with how you choose to use your 86,400 seconds. Thank you for watching. If you found this helpful, consider subscribing for more strategies to help you succeed.